Happy Sunday to you. So after being pecked by a radioactive bird, mild-mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kinneas, the Skydude. Skydude number 235. I thought this was going to be a bug. Another bug to find. Take two. I thought there was another bug that I found. No VIP charter service, private charter service missions were popping up. And I was getting all frustrated, running to the forums, getting ready to complain. And boop, one popped up. I'll be darned. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And here in a minute or two, we're going to get onto it. And that's snazzy. So I just got to take a moment here to make sure everything's running fine. The live stream's running, make sure everything's running. Microphone's on, desktop audio, blah, blah, blah. Because stuff goes wrong. And let's take this opportunity too. If I'm not following you, please go into the chat room and let's fix that right now while we have a minute or two. You can say hi anytime, but right now it'd be great. So go into the chat room, say hi. That'll put 3 dots next to your name, which I can click and go right to your channel and hit subscribe. Done. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy like Sunday morning, right? Easy like Sunday afternoon, actually. You can't blame somebody for getting well, one, I don't normally stream on Sundays, but getting a really late start on a Sunday. So yeah, everything looks good. The mic's on. Let's go to the simulator. I don't think music's on. It's picking something up, like some environmental noise. Okay, so yeah, charter service, private, and we need 10 of these to advance to, I guess, a better VIP service. So it says I need to do 10 of these to unlock bigger VIPs, I guess. But either way, our client is Johanna Boiron. I don't know. 14,980 credits. Not bad. Great. 222 miles. So this is going to be a bit long. I've been trying to keep these under an hour, but just can't with some of these. And some of the cargo missions are going to be long too. So grab your popcorn, grab your beverages, get your favorite blanket, put your feet up. You're the VIP on the flight, and sit back and enjoy this this flight with me. I do have Super Chat now. If you are so inclined to make a donation to the channel, that'd be great. Christine went through and picked a character, a new avatar for me, so I hope they add more. She looked through them and I said, just find something, anything that works. She's like, nothing does. And then she said some really, really horrible things about the avatars and all of them in general. And she's a sim player, so I can understand. They can customize everything. It's like, don't you have a facial modeler or any tools? I'm like, it's a flight simulator. That'd be cool. It's funny they made such a big deal about it. Like, we went to the United Nations. Diversity was so important for us that we here at Microsoft for the flight simulator went directly to the United Nations for a I'm guessing, as I'm understanding, a people database to ensure that we had enough diversity. The United Nations at the moment, and I don't know if I should say this or not. You racists. When diversity means excluding, it seems like you missed a couple of countries in the United Nations. If you're the ones really responsible for saddling us with, you know, the avatars, then there's some serious bias there. It's not that big of a deal, but, you know, it's always the other person crying, but nobody looks like me. I feel underrepresented.
To all passengers, we've started boarding, so feel free to step aboard.
I know I'm not the only one. I went and looked in the forums.
They're on their way. Have a good flight.
They're like, can I just add my own photo? And it'll do like some AI photo facial mapping and try to put my photo. That's going to end up with some weird results.
Welcome you aboard, ladies and gents.
Oh, it sounds pretty cool.
They mentioned at the gate that the network.
Some people are like, we need to have 3D scans of our faces, and I don't know where you can get those anymore. I remember an old software company that used to be in the malls called Babbage's. They had a service where you could get yourself scanned for 3D games, but I don't know anybody that does that anymore. That was decades ago. Oh, I need to turn on a couple of things here today that could make this flight be very interesting. Okay, one of them is running, and let me open up a screen for it. Display capture? No, it would be a window capture. I'm going to add random failures into today's flight, but in a different kind of way. So stand by and let me get a window open for you. Rand. Okay. But it wouldn't be random if there's some randomness to it. I mean, you can set things to fail, but that's not random. Okay, so now I need to add another window capture. I think you'll like it once you understand what I'm doing here. Groovin'? Yeah, groovin'. I think you like it. Okay, do I need to add another window for this? I do. I'll try to find a small app eventually, but right now this is quick and free, and it is window capture. The D&D dice roller. Okay. So every few minutes, or if somebody in the chat room says, roll the dice, I will consider rolling the dice to determine what could possibly randomly failure. So let's get the flight going, and then we'll get nice and settled in, and then we'll do our first roll. And I'll show you how all that works. Just hang on. But I think you're gonna like this. I don't know that you're gonna want to add this into your career stuff because the potential to have something fail and all that time wasted to try to get that money. But hey, maybe it's something you might want to introduce into your career or your free flights. I mean, this is a fun way to do it. I think I am the first to do this. I know other folks are now adding role playing in the same way, but I do believe I've been the first, and all the way back to the NOOB Flight series, which is available on my channel somewhere. And I was doing Will I Crash a Celebrity? So you've heard of like these reality game shows or whatever, like where they will interview people in a car while driving down the road, the interviews while doing a taxi, and they'll add a little game into it. Kind of along those lines, that's what I was thinking. So I wanted to have a way to imagine I was doing a celebrity interview while I was flying somebody around like today, doing a VIP flight. But adding an element of danger in there, using D&D dice and a random failure generator to add some spice into it. So there's always a chance that something could go wrong while I'm moving a VIP around. And at that point, can I get us to the ground safely if something goes horribly wrong? And it has. It absolutely has. Come falling out of the sky several times. Mostly, I don't believe I've killed too many celebrities. I land them safely mostly. You can walk away from it. All right, so let me put these to the side for a moment. Can I get them off the screen and just have them sitting there? D&D and Rand. Okay, so they're there. Okay. Boy, the avionics are really... Did we not start? We did. Everything's really dark.
Wilmington clearance delivery Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 ready to copy IFR clearance to Lynchburg. Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 is cleared to Lynchburg Airport as filed. Expect runway 27 maintain FL200.
I'm going to turn up the sound a little bit. We were doing something. We were doing a Discord multiplayer flight last, and so had to turn sound down.
Archer frequency is 1 tree 2. 525 squawk tree 652.
And let me see if anybody took me up on my offer to go to your page and subscribe. Let me check the chat. Nope, nobody's in the chat. Okay, well, if you are and you need a follower, please say hi in the chat so I can go to your channel and subscribe. All right.
Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 acknowledge last transmission.
One moment, please. I'm trying to deal with my live stream and chat and everything else.
As filed runway 27 maintain FL200.
Sounds
Frequency
200.
525 squawk tree 652 Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711. Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 read back correct. Contact ground on 1217. Good day.
Good day. Now, how do you get rid of this? Once the checklist is up.
Pilot, you guest today is Mr. Teague, who's on the go to Concord. He's close to one of our top clients who booked the flight for him. Please give him your warmest welcome on behalf of the company. Have a good flight, Captain.
How do you get rid of the checklist? Huh. You push it, it's just toggling and cycling through things. There's no close. Lord Almighty. Well, humbubba. And then we got some stuff over there. When I really want the flight plan and stuff. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't want to deal with it. So, and I need to be able to see my information and bring up the yada yada yada.
Good morning, pilot. You guessed today.
It's still up.
Who's on the go to Concord? He's close to one of our top clients who booked the flight for him. Please give him your warmest welcome on behalf of the company. Have a good flight, Captain.
Good, I got rid of that. I think they said 20,000 feet. We're gonna see if they had a yaw damper on this thing. All right.
Wilmington Ground Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 with hotel ready to taxi IFR.
Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Golf Cross runway 9er Golf Cross runway 14 Delta Charlie Cross runway 19er Charlie. Contact tower on 126.
Get all that?
When ready.
Cross runway, Charlie, run, right, cross runway. Jesus.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 using
Runway 27, taxiway Golf.
Cross runway 14 Delta Charlie Cross runway 19er Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711.
Oh, you gotta love getting around an airport.
To all passengers, good morning, and welcome aboard this first-class Wings flight to Concord. I'm your captain and pilot today. Estimated flight time is 43 minutes. We're on time for departure, waiting for takeoff clearance. I'll keep you informed during the flight if anything important comes up. Thank you.
The plane wants to go where it wants to go. Trying to keep it following the arrows. So I get the nose going in the right direction. Give it a little gas and let go. Plane's like, nah, I want to go over here, man. Skip all that. If I had VIP money, I wouldn't want these planes to have electric wheels for taxiing, specifically for that purpose, so that you can just press a button. You don't have to keep screwing around looking like a goofball in front of your passengers there because she's temperamental on the taxi. If you've never done this before, you'll quickly learn that, you know, you're constantly inputting a little bit of power. I mean, it's really hard to just find the right throttle setting to do a taxi from wherever you got to go to wherever you got to go. And then there's little elevation changes in the taxiways or runways and cause you to slow down and stop, like now. NCL plane spotting is in Discord. All right, one moment. Let me open up the Discord. Good afternoon, NCL plane spotting. Oh, dang you, plane. Normally, you should, when heading to a runway, always stop at these. I know we've been given the clearance, but just expect the unexpected, right? So anytime you've got double lines facing you when you're approaching a runway, going out to one, it's always time to stop, take a moment, look around and make sure there's no traffic before crossing a runway. In the last, 2 weeks, we've seen either air traffic control or a pilot cross a runway when an airliner was coming in for a landing, and they had to do an emergency takeoff. The airliner had to come in and do an emergency liftoff and get up off the runway because this either the air traffic control, but either way, you're the pilot, you're in control. So I really don't want to put or say that the blame is air traffic controller because you're the one down there. You're the one moving the plane across the taxiways and the runways. It's your responsibility to be situationally aware. Stopping here You know, because we're approaching one, so. And I think I have all the traffic off, but just, you know. Something to talk about, really. This one's so important they put 2 of them.
Hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
Bit of technical issue there.
Happens to the best of us.
It's just me short and snappy one night. Just a quick hi.
Well, hello. Hey, I completed that flight to Heathrow yesterday.
How was it?
It was all right. I'm still just mad that EFB is broken and we can't send it to. Yeah, all of that. Just mad as hell.
It's 24 minutes past 8 here. PM.
On a Sunday night.
On Sunday night.
So what's usually going on in the northern part of UK on a Sunday night?
People at the pub. Stuff like that. People getting ready for work. People getting ready for school. Stuff like that.
What's on your schedule for tomorrow? What's your schedule? Yeah.
Not much really.
School, work, anything?
Couple hours of education. Oh. Skip. Continue. Default. Setup. Oh, it's making this. Oh, I know why. Oh, that's fine.
I'm doing
I'm trying to complete any of the missions.
I'm trying to get a VIP private charter mission going, and they've given me the longest taxi. All the other way to the very opposite side.
And how do you do what you're doing? Is it Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, God, right, okay.
And I thought these were bugged because they don't show up when I'm looking around for them. They're rare, or it seems. But anyway, just when I was getting ready to go into the forums and really raise hell about them not showing up, I noticed other people have said, I think they're bugged, they're not showing up. Anyway, the last minute I looked before either way, in the last few hours, just looking on the chart, one popped up. So I'm taking it while it's here.
Gonna do Dante's. PLA field me starting one.
I'm also going to use D&D dice and a random failure generator to possibly see if things go wrong on this flight.
Yeah.
And I need to load up Bushtalk audio. There's so many cool audio tours that popped up doing the flight yesterday, going to Heathrow. Yeah, lots and lots of places in UK.
It's cool, isn't it?
It is. It's neat having the that tool when you're flying.
been watching a 6-hour stream.
That really is kind of the only downside sometimes to doing flight simulator live streams is they do take a long time. Can't keep them nice and snappy like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just this aircraft that I'm in or my joystick needs calibration. As soon as I let go of the joystick on taxiing, the plane just lurches hard to the right. The little Cirrus jet.
Wilmington Tower, Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey, 1711 ready for departure runway 27 IFR to Lynchburg.
Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey, 1711 altimeter 29er, 9er 6, clear for takeoff runway 27.
Clear for takeoff runway 27 Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey, 1711.
How long have you been flight simming?
Yeah.
To all passengers on behalf of
Really?
I would like to thank you for
Pretty
flying
much,
with us
aye.
today on
And you're already doing airliners. That's impressive.
takeoff. So please ensure your seatbelts are correctly fastened and your electronic devices are turned off or in airplane mode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
And apply
Thank you.
pressure. If I go to my uncle,
I'm sorry? What?
and I said thank God to my uncle who taught us.
Oh, an uncle?
My uncle taught us.
Oh, he was the flight simmer?
Yeah, and he taught us how to fly.
That's cool. Bouncing these damn guys around.
Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711, contact Washington Center on 132 525. Good day.
132 525 Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711. Washington Center Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 is at 1,400 feet climbing FL200.
Kin Foxtrot
Yeah,
Charlie
no.
Whiskey 1711 Washington Center altimeter 29er. 906 radar contact continue.
You trying to make this thing not so dang sensitive. I think I made it more sensitive. It didn't feel right at all.
What's happening? This is an intense ride.
Games for a while. Wow, this is laggy.
Yeah, I think I've had just the opposite effect of what I wanted to do. He's all over the place. All the way up there. Wow. It's time for a new joystick.
Certification. I have an idea, right? So I'm gonna start recording all my missions in leading up to me airliner's pilot's license.
Nice.
So I'm not gonna do the basic handling until tomorrow, because time's getting on.
Okay.
Right, so I'll see you tomorrow then, and we'll do a bit of I'll do a bit of recording.
All right. All right. Look forward to it.
Probably about 8 o'clock, half 7, 8 o'clock. I don't know what time it will be where you are, but my time will be about half 7, 8 o'clock at night.
All right. Well, I'll try to be around all day tomorrow.
It's probably going to be about
Jesus.
11 o'clock, 12 o'clock where you are. I think, if I'm right.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to get this plane controlled.
That's alright. Would you know what? I'll do it for this stream. And like for this stream tomorrow.
All right.
Alright, I'll see you then.
See you then. Have a great night.
Bye. And you too. I will be in the stream chat.
Okay.
Right, see you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So yeah, I think I've had the exact opposite effect no matter what I'm doing. She's, I mean, just barely fingertipping on the joystick. Look at, she's all over the place. I've got to get it I've got to get it under control because it's absolutely crazy. I don't even want to try to land with the joystick being like that for this. Say we need a new profile. Da, 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 da. Now I'm hoping that this doesn't affect hardware settings. I've seen some of the hardware settings cross-pollinate to other profiles, which is a real drag, because don't want that. Sensitivity, positive sensitivity, negative. So what does that do then? We'll go the other up. We'll go this direction. And let's see what that does. It's just still kind of all over. Yeah, it's goofy. Goofy. And it's just adding dead zone doesn't really help because then once it kicks in, it's still just crazy. Yeah, it's better. And I don't believe the settings are ridiculousness. Maybe it's the server we're on because for multiplayer. Okay, so it's on. And it's change. And let's see if we can get it on the right flight, the right path. That's better. Gonna open up the throttle again. But we're not following the boxes, so let's do a heading. Heading. I'm faster going the other way. All right, heading. Now set the autopilot to heading. And let's intercept that. And then we'll set this to do direct to that when we get there. Alt hold. That's about it. Ah, no, we overshot it. This is just a bonus part of the flight. Do you guys not like each other? What's the deal? Not speaking today? I don't think they are. I feel like an orca, a great white shark. Yeah.
Charlie Whiskey 1711, please expedite your climb FL 200.
Okay. But oh well. It's rare that the two actually align perfectly. So yeah, sometimes it seems like if you don't go through the boxes, then you get like respecting the flight plan or whatever, you don't get as many points. So just fly it the way you want. Well, I'll get what I get. Okay, as promised, I wanted to do the D&D dice thing. I don't want to get too distracted now. Okay, so making sure the flaps are up.
Charlie Whiskey 1711, contact Washington Center on 132. 55. Good day.
132. 55 for Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711.
Okay.
Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 is passing 10,600 feet, climbing FL200. Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 Washington Center, altimeter 29er. 9er 6 radar contact, continue to Papa, X-ray Tango.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit the dice generator over here. So we have our fail list, okay? So in our fail list, no, in our presets. One of these. Stop. Presets. Okay. Flight controls, gear, fuel, panel, engine, brake, or other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll roll an 8-sided dice. On an 8, nothing happens. So then I go to the dice generator, I get a D8. And I got a 1. So something's going to happen with one of our flight controls. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. But we need some variables, so we'll do a D10. A 9 and a 10, nothing happens. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right flap stuck. That sucks. But we have to now determine it's not going to be an automatic failure. It's going to be a possibility of failure. 1 to 1,000, so I'll get a percentage dice. And I rolled a 31. So we changed this to a 31% chance. Set all percentages for flight controls to da-da-da-da-da. Save. Okay, now we go out to overview again, and we start. So right now we have a 31% chance of a right flap sticking. If anything should fail, it'll show here. Left fuel tank leakage will fail time after 29 seconds. So that may have been set from last time. Left fuel tank. Stop. Presets. Fuel. Yep. Turn it off. Save. Overview. Start. Fail list. Restart. Okay. So after a few more minutes, we'll do it again. We're going to move into the world of Star Trek in our imaginations anyway. So I'm going to lower the aircraft engine noise a little bit more. And we'll imagine that we're using a state-of-the-art, brand new, possibly experimental hybrid jet that's mostly electric. Or we're using our Skydude superpowers, which include stealth mode. So, whatever tickles your fancy imagination-wise, that's the reason why the engine is just whispering. Got to get in and out of enemy territory without them knowing we're coming. All right, let me make sure my chat window is on top so I can see it. So are we there yet, altitude-wise? 17,000. I don't think we're going as fast as we could be going. I don't see speed brake. Maybe we don't have one. Speed Mach. Manual speed mode. Ah, auto throttle. Ah, it does. What else is written there? Let's find out. Okay. Take off. MCT, I guess just means auto throttle. Decelerate. Idle. Well, even in auto throttle, it wants to have us at 165. That doesn't seem near fast enough for something like this. Maybe once we hit 20,000 feet here and level out, it'll start really getting going. Ah, I forgot to turn on Bushtalk. Of course. Let me log in here. It says we're connected there. Signed in. And let me show you what I got here. Or not. Yep. That's where we're at in the world. Lovely St. Michael's area below us. Easton to our starboard side, our port side. And coming up, looks like we might encounter this forest. And this. Let's take a look outside. That should be... we're kind of cloud covered. So you can't really see all that lovely... Come on. all that lovely stuff going on down there. Oh. Push can't. It's all obscured. The ones that we would have passed, we got a minute or two before we hit the next one. But one of the ones that we passed would have been this.
Dover Motor Speedway, formerly Dover Downs International Speedway and later Dover International Speedway, is a racetrack in Dover, Delaware, United States. The track has hosted at least one NASCAR Cup Series race each year since 1969, including 2 per year from 1971 to 2020. In addition to NASCAR, the track also hosted USAC and the Indy Racing League. The track features one layout, a 1-mile concrete oval, with 24-degree banking in the turns and 9-degree banking on the straights. The speedway is owned and operated by Speedway Motorsports. The track, nicknamed the Monster Mile, was built in 1969 by Melvin Joseph of Melvin L. Joseph Construction Company Incorporated, with an asphalt surface, but was replaced with concrete in 1995. 6 years later, in 2001, the track's capacity increased to 135,000 seats, giving the track the largest seating capacity of any sports venue in the Mid-Atlantic region. In 2002, the name changed to Dover International Speedway from Dover Downs International Speedway after Dover Downs Gaming and Entertainment split, making Dover Motorsports. From 2007 to 2009, the Speedway worked on an improvement project called the Monster Makeover, which expanded facilities at the track and beautified the track. Depending on configuration, the track's capacity is at 95,500 seats. Its grand total maximum capacity was at 135,000 spectators. On November 8, 2021, it was announced that Dover Motorsports Incorporated was purchased by Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, effectively making Dover International Speedway a semi-track, with the track being renamed to its current name.
Da-da. Okay. So it looks like we're going to intercept this. Calvert's.
Charlie Whiskey 1711, contact Washington Center on One Tree. Niner, good day.
Calvert's Cliffs something. The Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant. May toggle, and that one probably will not, but let's play it now. Battle Creek Cypress Swamp is a forested wetland.
Battle Creek Cypress Swamp is a forested wetland near Prince Frederick in Calvert County, Maryland, United States. It is one of the northernmost sites of naturally occurring bald cypress trees in North America, and the only large stand of the trees on the western shore of Maryland. In 1965, the National Park Service designated the BCCS a National Natural Landmark. The Nature Conservancy purchased the wetland, which became the Battle Creek Cypress Swamp Sanctuary, in 1957. It was the Conservancy's first preserve in Maryland and encompasses 100 acres watershed of Battle Creek. A portion of it is now open as a public park with a nature center and quarter-mile boardwalk through the swamp. Since 1977, the preserve has been leased to Calvert County and operated as a county
To all
park.
passengers, glad
Cypresses,
to be your captain today.
such as the
First, I'd
bald
like to
cypress
welcome
and their
everyone on
relatives
behalf of
once
First
covered
Class
much
Wings
of the
on
northern
flight
temperate
FCW
zone.
1711.
It is thought
We are
that these
currently
trees
cruising at an altitude of 19,400 feet at an airspeed of 200 knots. It's 1:07 p.m. and are expecting to land in Concord approximately at 2:10 a.m. local time. Current temperature of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. If the weather cooperates, we should get a great view of the area as we descend. I'll update you before we reach our destination. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
Are we done?
disappeared from the BCCS area during the most recent Pleistocene glaciation, but reappeared around 5,000 to 10,000 years ago as the climate warmed. In addition to the cypress, the sanctuary protects many songbirds, frogs and several wildflower species. Skunk cabbages emerge early each spring.
That's a heck of a way to end that one. Skunk cabbages. I don't know that I like cabbage. I don't know that I've ever eaten a skunk cabbage. Maybe I have. Oh. So we're deviated a little bit far to the south with that one to play, so I'm going to kick this one in here.
The Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant is a nuclear power plant located on the western shore of the Chesapeake Bay near Lewisby, Calvert County, Maryland in the Mid-Atlantic United States. It is the only nuclear power plant in the state of Maryland. Unit 1 went into commercial service in 1975 and Unit 2 in 1977. Unit 1 had its 2 steam generators replaced in 2002 and its reactor vessel closure head replaced in 2006, while Unit 2 had its 2 steam generators replaced in 2003 and its vessel closure head replaced in 2007.
Okay. I don't know that we're going to be able to see it entirely, but coming up on our port side, this whole area over here is an airport. Well, there's a large airport out there. On the map, it looks like Lexington Park. But they kind of designate that whole area out there as airfield. All right, time to see if some more danger happens. Okay, so let's get our D&D dice. And our random failure generator. And we needed a D8 to start. Nothing happens on an 8. 8! Saved. Saved this round. How lucky is that?
Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey, 1711, contact Washington Center on 13255. Good day.
All right, let's contact
3255.
Washington Center.
Charlie Whiskey, 1711.
Get back over to the chat room, see if anybody's saying anything.
Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey, 1711 FL 200.
Nope, nobody in the chat. What time is it? 8 minutes after the hour. 3:08 here in the afternoon. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Beautiful weather here today in Colorado. Supposed to be pretty nice all week, really, for flying, and a little bit cold going into next weekend, but I haven't heard anything about any blizzards or storms or anything bad coming our way. But to me, it's all good. I like bad weather because it usually brings moisture into the area, and who doesn't like things to turn green, right? So while we're in cruise, smoke if you got them. This smoke break brought to you by all the great green things. At the moment, I'm kind of sad because I'm not getting any credit for my career stuff. It's advancing, and as you see, I'm unlocking things, and we're going along just fine, and I'm making lots of credits. But when I go to my pilot profile from the main menu, it says that I have not completed any career missions, and I don't know if that's just a bug inside the pilot logbook. So I'm just going to wait for it to maybe fix itself. And even then, I don't know that I care that much. The only option to see if I can make it to troubleshoot is to try to like reset my career. And I just do not even want to do that again anytime soon. So just let it go. You know what I was hoping my friend from Newcastle was going to say that they do on Sundays? Oh, without question, Kinneas, the Sunday dinner, and I'm sure everybody still does. But families, at least in mine, I don't know about yours. We used to have a very traditional family growing up. Like dinner time, Sunday, every night at this time, and you better be there. And it's not that way at all anymore. So like in like all the food shows, they're like, oh yes, the chef shows, the cooking shows. Oh yes, how could we forget the classic English Sunday roast? Yeah, that's what I was hoping to hear. Kinneas, we're doing the classic English Sunday roast. What else do you think we'd be doing? We're doing the roast, and of course we've got what do they call them? They're not scones, right? When they make the bread with the oils from the roast, they call them a pudding. I don't know. So what they do usually is they take all that hot oil from the roast, and then they put a batter into it, and it makes a roll, a dinner roll. But they have a different name for it over there. If Christine were out here, she'd know. Well, now it's on my mind, and we're in cruise mode. I'm going to take like 1 minute and walk away from the aircraft, and I'll be right back with the answer. Christine, do the English. She knew immediately. Yeah. The only reason why it took so long is I decided to grab a snack. She knew immediately what I was talking about. Yorkshire pudding. A Yorkshire pudding is like a dinner roll, but it's very different in a weird way, because normally here in the United States, we'll make the dough and for the dinner roll, and we'll put it on a baking tray and then bake them. And there you go, dinner roll. Again, they take the hot oil drippings from the roast and they pour a little bit into like cupcake cups, right? So you got a tray that's like a cupcake tray, and they take that hot oil, hot drippings, and put a little bit in each cupcake cup, and then they pour some batter in that, and then bake them. And so they fry and fluff up and puff up. Now that sounds really good. I like a good dinner roll. Who doesn't, right? But doesn't that sound superior to the American dinner roll? You hear my American friends just out of spite. No, it does not sound better. It's British, and that's all you need to know. Ours is better. We wouldn't have made it if it wasn't better. Think we're over here playing games? We researched and developed long and hard and spent millions of taxpayer dollars researching something superior than the Yorkshire pudding. And in 1942, we declared it superior. "63 miles. And again, I am surprised that, we're not doing 400 knots. The Honda Jet can do it, but that's got 2 engines. So I don't really know. Let me see. Well, there's 197 knots. Okay. All right. And it's still increasing. Okay, because I was going to say, if this thing really is only doing 160 knots, then there's no need for it, because there are plenty of conventional aircraft that can do better than that. But now that we're up in 200, okay, all right. Now it's getting respectable. Taking a long time to climb to 20,000 though, and we've been out of 20,000 for quite some time, and we're just now picking it up. And I can blame the wind, probably. If I could figure out the map, how to turn on the wind feature. That's angle of attack. I don't really need that. Well, there's got to be a way to, I mean, there's got to be a way to pull up the wind. In a normal G1000 with your buttons down here, you can get the wind. The actual ground speed, is that TAS? What is TAS? My brain. I was saying 273 knots. I can't be having a brain fart on TSA. I don't know. TAS. Sorry. Oh, that's traffic advisory system? No. Yeah? Why would we give me a knots? Really, we haven't come near any landmarks at all? Or points of interest? Nothing. But we've turned. Show you Bushtalk. So we flew from here and now Louisa County Airport, Freeman Field. We're going to be coming over this body of water here, Lake Anna, one of the largest freshwater inland reservoirs. Yeah, ATC.
118. 75 for Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711. Washington Center Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711 FL 200.
Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711 Washington Center radar contact, continue to Arbonne.
It's stuff like this that I wonder if the FAA will be able to do better or change in some way, like automated switching. I don't know. Lake Anna.
The Calvert Cliffs nuclear power plant is a nuclear power
No, not that one. We wanted Lake Anna.
of the Chesapeake Bay near Lewisby, Calvert County.
No.
Lake Anna is one of the largest freshwater inland reservoirs in Virginia, covering an area of 13,000 acres and located 72 miles south of Washington, D.C., in Louisa and Spotsylvania counties.
Spotsylvania.
From Fredericksburg,
We can't see anything.
Northern Virginia, and Washington, D.C., and is one of the most popular recreational lakes in the state. Lake Anna is approximately 17 miles long from tip to tip, with 200 miles of shoreline. The lake is divided into two sides, the public side and the private side, working as a cooling pond. The public side is roughly 9,000 acres, while the private side is roughly 4,000 acres. The private side is formed of three main bodies of water, connected by navigable canals. The public and private sides are divided by three stone dikes. The private side has no marinas or public access ramps, only property owners and North Anna Power Station employees have access to the waters of the private side. The public side has several marinas and boat launches, including a boat ramp at the state park. The public side sees significantly higher boat traffic than the private side, especially on summer weekends.
Looking over here to see if I could get anything. It's cold. Negative 16 degrees. Celsius. I don't know what that is, Fahrenheit. I really wish in the ATC that no matter where you're at, there's always an option to tune to the nearest ATIS. So sometimes when you're doing long flights and they'll tell you, and they keep insisting that you're at the wrong altitude and you're using the ATIS that you were given. So you need to pull a METAR. I wonder if it's in the EFB. Probably is. I'm just so down on the EFB right now because of the flight plan. Flight plan is not loading and.
Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 contact Washington Center on 1354. Good day. Charlie Whiskey 1711, did you copy?
135. Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711. Washington Center Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711 FL 200. Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711. Washington Center radar contact.
Everything is fine. Fine, can't wait. See you there, bye.
I don't know. I don't have enough experience with this thing. I know I've run across METAR in here before doing things, and
Kin Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey 1711U are 71 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway. For approach via Lima Yankee Hotel to Tree Radio 10 Demi Yard. Clear to Lima Yankee Hotel.
71 miles northeast, maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS.
1711U are 69 miles northeast of Lynchburg. Contact Lynchburg Tower on 127. 65 when inbound on the approach.
ILS runway 4, via LYH 283 radial 10 DME arc.
Tower on 127. 65 Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711.
All right, let's see if something dangerous happens. I rolled a 1, so a 1 in the overview stop. Presets 1, flight controls. And we rolled a D10. So D10, a 9 and a 10, nothing happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? A 9 and a 10, nothing happens. Saved again. 2 lucky rolls. So we only have the right flap, which could still fail at 31%. I'll have to double check. Actually, we can do it right now. Failures are stopped. Restart the failures. Okay. So far it hasn't failed. But let's stop them again. Go back into presets. Flight controls. Okay. See if there was anything else to this, like a timer. So 3 times turning it on, which is rolling at 31% every time so far. 3 times, nothing's happened. Hey, great.
Lynchburg Tower Kin Foxtrot.
See if we can get an ATIS. Oh, it smells like somebody's barbecuing outside.
9 miles northeast.
Oh my, isn't that a great smell?
Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711 Lynchburg Tower. Altimeter tree 0. 0 tree cleared ILS runway.
3003.
Cleared ILS runway. 4 approach Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711.
But she just gave it to me. 3003.
Automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 257 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions
257 at 6.
12C. Dew point.
Huh?
Altimeter tree 00588. Kilo Lima Yankee Hotel. Automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 257 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature
So we've been fighting the wind.
dew point.
6 knot wind.
Altimeter tree 0
That would explain why early on, especially, she was kind of like grabbing
observation 21.
when trying to get onto the GPS glide, the GPS beam, whatever.
10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 12C. Dew point 5C. Altimeter tree 00588. Kilo Lima Yankee Hotel. Automated weather.
Hey, if you're a joystick, light stick, rudder pedal manufacturer out there, I could really use a sponsor, and I'd really like to test your gear out. I'm still using my same old Logitech 3D Pro. What is it? Extreme 3D Pro from 2013. So you better believe I would be more than happy. I've been hanging on to it because it's super sentimental. Super sentimental. But I don't know that I want to use it until it just completely breaks. I think I'd rather just kind of clean it up at this point and put it on a pedestal on a little red pillow. So I'd be more than happy to test out your flight gear, new flight gear. Just a new joystick in general for flying and good for helicopters. That'd be fantastic. I don't need much. I'll take it though. You better believe I'll be happy to test it and give you the most honest review I could. That's what you have to say, right? Because you don't want to say, "Hey, I'll give you a sweet review if you hook me up with some swag. I'll give you the best review. I gave you best review long time." Where is the flight plan? Really? We can't be there already. This has happened before where it breaks the dang flight plan. No. And what's the altitude supposed to be? 2,254. They didn't direct us down. So I'm just going to do it now. So altitude.
Vertical track.
No, we don't want it that low. What was it? 3,000. Now it says 3,335. There's 3-4. And I've got to go into the KILBE waypoint. Where's the range? I'm going to need a darn instructional class on how to operate this properly, because there's so many things that I'm not getting. They're not intuitive to me at the moment, like the map. It says top of descent. I'm down in it. $12,000. It's like they're building neighborhoods and residences out there for the, I wouldn't necessarily the more wealthy, but when you see things, large plots like that out in the middle of nowhere, you know, it's usually the middle upper class that are doing some homesteading or, you know, just getting some property. That'd be great if they actually did away with the property tax. And then some people chime in, but your property tax is paid for. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. Get your taxes somewhere else, man. That should be off limits. Max aircraft speed exceeded. I've got it pretty much in idle. We're almost there. There's 3-3. Let me turn off auto throttle. That's probably the problem. Is it on or off? They need to have a light on that thing. I'm not seeing on the dash. Let's try pressing it a few times. Auto throttle. Okay, there it's on. There it's off. But then you have to move your throttle to make it take what you want. I'm trying to slow down, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be diving, but I'm going to just try to ease us down to lap range, because it still seems we have a ways to go. Kilby is, if I'm reading that right, 36 miles. Finally make out the ground. Do, do, do. It's difficult. I'm looking at things out there and all the trees. And some of you might be thinking that's a lot of trees, and some of you might be thinking that's not a lot of trees. Which got me thinking about just another thing that people are fighting about in social media right now. Is opening up more forest land for processing of trees. And then everybody gets mad. They're like, well, you don't be cutting down all the trees, you know. Well, usually people that do that kind of work understand that it's important to plant as you go. So I usually hear that people that are into that, you know, into logging, that they're already conscious of planting as they go. And if not, you would encourage the people that are engaged in that activity to plant as they go. Or you've got a whole other industry that follows them around and plant as they go. Another interesting fact about forests in general that some people, they may come as a surprise. Certain pine forests and certain trees, their pine cones do not open until there is fire present. If you did not know that, does that not blow your mind? It blew my mind. Certain pine forests, the pine cones will not open unless there is extreme heat. Like fires. Forest fires are, in some forests, they're meant to happen. So being conscious of things like that, too, in the modern era, you know, not just, hey, there's a forest area, we can go cut everything down, is, you know, really understanding, well, what are you cutting down? What kind of forest is it? In these particular types of forests, yeah, you better make sure as we go into the modern world, continue going, that those forests have sufficient areas around them as fire breaks. The world is so big, though. I mean, you just look down there and, you know, for small areas, it seems doable. But I mean, the world is so big. But anyway, no problems, only solutions. There's solutions to everything. And some people are blessed with just an overabundance of trees in the world. There's, you know, there aren't problems, folks. It's just people making problems. Driving up prices, making things suck for everybody else. If you were not around to see the 70s, I'd like to say the 60s, but that's kind of pushing it. We're all getting pretty old. But if you were not around to experience what America was like from the 60s until the 90s, I just don't think that you have any point of reference to how bad things are now. Because you have no point of reference to understand how good things were. And how well everything was running. And then who screwed it up? You know who screwed it up. We didn't screw things up. We had everything running great. They had everything running great. Our grandfathers and their dads and their grandfathers, they had everything running freaking amazingly because everybody had to work hard back then to eat and stay alive. So you better believe everything worked great. Come on, give me back to the cockpit. Okay. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you. It was my fault. My camera was looking that way. But you don't need to help. Yeah, so I don't know how to find the range or just the range on this thing to really get a good look at the flight plan. I see that in this one, there's the Kilby point. All right, so it's like we're going to pass it and overfly the airport. Looks like the runway is first. Let's turn off the autopilot and just follow our boxes. All right, Batwing, let's do it. Sorry, another thing that's been bothering me this whole flight. I don't know. I don't think the update has been all that great. And I'll go through the settings again, but I think the performance is awful. Even when I turn down, I mean, in the past, when I've had things up pretty high, I was still getting decent FPS. And I still am, but I'm still now, I don't know if it's a server side thing or whatever, but just these tiny little micro lags. See, there's nothing outrageous here. I've been turning it down to, to work for what we need. Instead of leaving everything on highs and ultras. But I've left everything on highs and ultras before and had great gameplay. Even all these. Sacrificing all this, turning everything off or low. It's making me mad. So even with reflex on and game mode, all the stuff that's working to make sure everything in the background isn't messing with it. And normally just with OBS and the chat room running, it doesn't cause a problem. That looks to be the airport right there ahead of us. All right, so let's cross it at the midpoint and get into the pattern. They're expecting us, so. That's not me touching the joystick. That's just the wind. We got some mining going on out there. That was cool. Let me pause right there. One more chance for a catastrophic failure. What happened to our And what happened to our random failure generator? Did I close? No. What happened? They must have, I don't know, think it crashed. No, I don't see it. Do. Start. Random failures, where are ya? There it is. One moment. Okay, so all right, you should be seeing it again. Okay. D&D dice. A D8. Nothing happens on an 8. A 7. So stop these, go into presets, go to breaks. So now we need to roll a D4. All break failure, left break failure, right break failure. This is going to be a bad one to have. Okay, so we need to roll a D4 on a 4, nothing happens. A 3. Right break failure. Okay. D100. 85%. We're going to have a right break failure. Start. Fail list. Show fails. It hasn't happened. It didn't happen, but I'm paused. Okay. Cross your fingers.
Charlie Whiskey 1711 wind 269er at 8. Clear to land runway 4.
Clear to land. All right.
Clear to land runway. 4 Kin Foxtrot, Charlie Whiskey 1711.
That's the wind and the plane itself. And it's not me. I'm sipping coffee. There we go. Let me get my hand back on the controller. What are you saying? Fuel low? Fuel low. We should be okay. Our gear down. I'm not used to this. Come on.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Sink rate.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull
Calm down. Calm down.
up.
Calm down. Calm down. My flaps are still tied to my dang gear. So what are my flaps in now? Flaps are all the way? Yikes.
What's happening? This is an intense ride here.
Yeah, passengers are freaking out a little bit. Outer marker beacon. Don't let that beeping scare you. That's just the outer marker. Boy, wind. Now you can understand why little Vince Neil's little jet plane had such a tough time. Look at this thing. She's bouncing all over the place trying to come in.
$500.
Damn it, she's tough to handle. Trying to be gentle, but you almost can't. Again, the sensitivity is all over the place. Damn micro stutters. Come on, settle down. Down. Did the gear go back up again? Oh shit. And then my camera bouncing around. I think my gear went back up again. It did. No, it was down. My God. Wheel out of the runway? That's the least of my problems. That was crap, man. Oh, no. Ah! And it crashed again. Not only did it crash me, this has happened multiple times now. But when it crashes, it crashes, it crashes. So the simulator's frozen up again. All that to have a crap landing. Yeah, it's froze. Completely frozen. I could let it sit here for a minute. Let's let it sit and see if it recovers itself. But right now, it did this to me the other night. One time it froze for almost like 5 minutes, I'd say. And I just kept waiting to see if it would, and it finally did break itself out. But normally when it's like this, it's just a Control-Alt-Delete. But I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It's going to show up no matter what. It's going to ding my score. It's not forgetting what I did. That's for sure. It's alerting Asobo how bad I screwed up sending my record to the FAA. Look at Kinneas screwed up. He ain't a Skydude. He'll never be a Skydude, man. You wait and see. As I shake my virtual fist. You wait and see. I'll prove you wrong. I've had plenty of good landings in planes like that. All right. Task manager. Okay. Let's kick it in and see how bad of a hit I took in reputation. We didn't crash though. I just landed outside. It shouldn't have. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see how bad of reputation it was. But again, we didn't crash. I didn't kill the VIPs, so I'm hoping it's not bad. The only thing I've been impressed with so far with the update is it loads faster. So, okay. Are more developers gone? There's like 2 blank spots now. I thought these guys over here were, now these guys are here, over here are missing. Should do it here right when we get in. It should kick our reputation and score. Should. That wasn't bad. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know if we're going to get paid or not. But okay. Excuse me. We'll take that. We'll take that. But it was a horrible landing. So I'm not sure, again, that the control of that thing, and she was fighting, and she just wasn't easy to bring down at all. And then she just wouldn't come down. So, and as far as I know, there's no speed break on that thing. And I was thinking to myself, nah, I don't need to go out all the way and make sure I'm slow. But I was slow. I was slow enough. So I'll just have to be extra slow. Captain slow next time. So, all right, well, I'm off to making Christine something fantastic for dinner. Started it earlier. Now it's time to go finish it all up. So not sure if I'll be around tonight or not. Sunday evening, I don't know. I might pass out. I don't know. We'll see how things go. If not, I'll try to see you bright and early Monday morning. But if you're around tonight and I'm around tonight, I'll see you then.